You won't believe this. The Ebola ex-couple and then a mini laboratory brawl. This morning, when Peter heard someone had Ebola symptoms, he bolted from the lab faster than a rooster at dawn. Nancy, hearing this, ditched any criticism for Black and took off like a rocket. She sprinted to the station along Peter's road, and seeing the crowd made her heart scream, danger. If Peter was here and it spread, talk about a horror movie waiting to happen. Nancy finally tracked down moody Peter in the corner of the station Victory at last. Though Peter's been acting like a selfish kid, this time he's shown a hint of a conscience. He actually put on gloves to prevent spreading Ebola. Look at him being responsible. After some persuading, Peter finally agreed to go back to the lab to isolate. Nancy thought, oh boy, things are about to get wild. An emergency meeting called by Carter felt like the workplace version of Game of Thrones. Nancy demanded to lock down Hazel Research Institute, managing it like a pro. Then, they planned to shadow 500 monkeys like they were prepping for monkey rehearsal. Ross from CDC jumped in like a noisy child, questioning Nancy, why make a fuss over nothing? And just like that, chaos ensued, everyone debating like they were at a bustling market. Just when arguments were raging, the lab dropped a bombshell. Blood tests showed Frank had contracted Ebola. Talk about breaking news. They hurriedly gathered military volunteers, ran a brief crash course, and weeded out the claustrophobics, then sped off to Hazelton Research. Upon arrival, they found power issues. Felt like they walked into a haunted house. Now facing 500 infected monkeys felt like stepping into the jungle for a wild adventure. This was a life-or-death mission. They paired volunteers and charged into battle. One controlled the monkeys with a pole while the other injected them like they were in a shooting game. Once the monkeys were out for the count, they harvested blood and organs for research samples. Lab magic. They tossed the bodies into the incinerator like helicopters. No chances for the virus. Following Nancy's suggestion, they gathered the lab staff and families at the hospital like a reunion, sent their blood samples to the lab for some magical testing. Sure enough, 2 family members had serum glowing green, totally like a sci-fi movie. Peter turned pale at the sight, while Nancy frantically urged him to take a breather. Oddly enough, Peter only had a slight fever, no other symptoms leading to suspicion all around. Maybe the Ebola virus mutated, and the incubation period just got longer. Worrisome indeed. Nancy called Ross at the hospital with the results, and his heart dropped. Such results plunged Ross into self-doubt, while the family's fears intensified and skyrocketed. Everyone was silently praying in their hearts, secretly hoping that the infected person wasn't themselves. How tangled and complex their thoughts were at this moment, truly unsettling. People hurriedly wrapped up last affairs with family before heading to the prepared isolation rooms. They all knew this could be goodbye forever, as the monkey eradication mission was winding down. Just as they dealt with the last monkey, an unexpected twist threw everyone for a loop. To everyone's surprise, the cage held 2 monkeys, and one sprang out like a ninja. It landed on a volunteer, ripping his protective suit. What a dramatic scene. The volunteer was rushed back to base, panicking and breathing heavily, straight out of a movie. Nancy zoomed over after hearing the news, finding everyone had been on duty for 24 hours, exhausted. With one monkey still on the loose, they wondered if it would open a can of worms. Nancy headed to Hazel for backup, only to discover that mysterious monkey was the fugitive star. They quickly spotted the monkey behind a steel pipe, and the captain shouted to alert outside. As the monkey darted towards the ceiling, 2 volunteers sprang to seal off the vent. Realizing its escape route was blocked, the monkey retreated, and the captain swiftly intercepted it. Then Carter administered a shot, wrapping it up quickly. Finally, they got rid of over 500 monkeys, leaving only the final cleanup task ahead. But as Carter browsed files in the archives, his curiosity led to discovering a monkey might be. He dashed to the cold storage to tally up, and Nancy ran over just in time like an alarm. Carter barely acknowledged Nancy's reason for finding him. He quickly explained the checklist issue. Things spiraled into chaos, everywhere bubbling over, leading to a truly dramatic twist. Subscribe to our channel for more thrilling content.